Mike Hoggart, pastor at Bethel Church in Festus, Missouri, and head of prophetic research ministry with another Watchman video broadcast. Glad to be with you today. Today is Sunday, May the 2nd. Yesterday was a pretty big day, and I don't know if you caught everything that happened yesterday or exactly what yesterday was, May 1st. But we're going to be talking about this in this edition of the Watchman video broadcast. Got some things we're going to talk about first. Some things that I'm creepy about. I'm not creepy, but some things that creep me. Some things that I think something needs to be watched because I think I see something coming around the corner. The first story out of the chute is oil spill grows with little success stopping flow. BP's chairman defended his company's safety record and said Sunday that a failed piece of equipment, they call it an oil rig, was to blame for a massive oil spill along the Gulf Coast where President Barack Obama was headed for a first-hand update on the slick creeping toward American shores. Ooh. BP Chairman Lamar Mackay told ABC's This Week that he can't say when the well a mile beneath the sea might be plugged. See, they hadn't even plugged the well yet, but he said he believes a dome that could be placed over the well is expected to be deployed in 6 to 8 days. The dome has been made and workers are finishing the plan to get it deployed, Mackay said. He said BP officials are still working to activate a blowout preventer mechanism meant to seal off the geyser of oil. As you can imagine, this is like doing open heart surgery at 5,000 feet in the dark with robot-controlled submarines, Mackay said. BP spokesman Bill Salvin said Mackay was talking about the blow-up preventer as the failed equipment that caused the April 20th explosion. April 20th. Now, I'm going to stop right here. I'm going to be getting into some dates, not date setting, not for the time of the Lord's return or anything like that, but I'm going to be getting into some dates because dates are important. Some of the information I'm going to present to you today we actually have on a video called The Babel Conspiracy. If you don't have a copy of that video, get in touch with our ministry. We'll send you a DVD copy. Later on, hopefully this month, I will have a book version released called The Babel Conspiracy and be able to get that through our ministry. But anyway, I talk about in there things that are significant as far as numerics are concerned, numerology, occult numerology, how the devil and his people love to work and how they do things. And so April 20th is one of those dates, and I'll share with you why in just a little bit here. But anyway, I want you to think about let's be conspiracy oriented just for a minute, okay? Let's say that maybe, just maybe, there was an accidental oil rig fire, accidental this and that and the other, accidental that. It is going to cause probably one of the worst oil spill related catastrophes as far as widespread probably all the way from Louisiana. One of our watchers in Miami, Florida says that they are expecting actually the oil to come around the bottom of Florida and up the eastern coast of Florida. If that happens, it will be nothing short of a severe disaster. We don't want to downplay this at all. And I will tell you, in the words of Rahm Emanuel, Barack Obama's right-hand man, we should never let a good disaster go to waste. I don't know, but here they have Barack Obama and you have to understand the Obama administration, they operate purely upon how bad it is. Some catastrophe has to happen, like banking. Banking catastrophe, it's an utter failure and the banks are going to go bad, and congressmen are warned there's going to be rioting in the streets with machine guns if we don't pass this banking reform bill. So they pass it and do this bailout. The healthcare system is in catastrophic failure. People are dying in the streets right now. Unless we reform it, boom, they pass the bill. An energy bill, cap and trade or cap and tax. Environmental bills meant to restrict man's carbon presence upon planet Earth. They're waiting in the wings. They won't pass those bills unless a disaster happens. Boy, see, we need a really good disaster. And then all of a sudden, out of the blue, on April 20th, this oil rig blows up. Okay? We'll see what happens. Will they use this, whether accidental or contrived explosion, and this oil spill, will they use this to further an agenda? If I were a betting man, which I'm not, but my money is on the fact that I think they're going to use this. Watch this week to see if some government official or Obama himself coming out and saying, see, this is why we need to regulate more energy efficient this and that and the other, and tax this and that and the other, and do that. You watch and see if it doesn't happen, and then you'll get more people on the side of it. Here's another one. Senate revised amnesty. Washington, D.C. Amnesty will spell the death knell of this country if it's not stopped, says the organizer of a new campaign designed to flood the U.S. Senate with letters of sharp protest as it begins discussions of a sweeping new comprehensive immigration reform plan. Amnesty will tear this country apart, says Joseph Farah, founder and CEO of WorldNet Daily. When 70% of Americans support Arizona's dramatic and courageous action, we're going to talk about that, to fill the void of federal failure on policing our borders. Washington is about to flout the will of the people once again. Here's what he's talking about. You're hearing the Obama administration talk a lot about immigration reform. Well, you know, everything that Obama wants to do in this country has to do with reforming it or transforming it in some way or another. Transformation is the theme for the day, people, because we are being transformed in this country right now. We're having it done in our marriages, in our churches, and our denominations are being transformed. They're being changed, rearranged, restructured, rethought, rethinking, reimagining, reworking. They're doing all these re's on our churches, on our Bibles, on our ways of worship, and on our very nation itself. They're redoing everything, and that is the agenda right there, is to restructure everything. So Obama has this bill called immigration reform, and everybody says, well, you know, we need to reform it. We need to do something different. No, they just need to obey the laws that are on the books already. They need to. The federal government needs to allow the states to basically do what the law says to do, and that is arrest people that are illegal immigrants. In our area right here, just about 30 to 40 miles south of us, in a little town called Farmington, Missouri, one contractor was caught hiring. He was a building contractor, construction, was caught using those undocumented illegal aliens for his workforce in his little construction company down there. They arrested him. They arrested all the guys that were working for him that were illegals. They're going to throw the book at the contractor. Guess what happened to the undocumented workers? Some guy from the federal government made a phone call and said, let them go. So they let them go. Arizona passed a law, said, and it's real simple, and there's nothing unconstitutional about it, is that they have a right now in Arizona, local sheriff's departments, deputies, local police, law enforcement, have a right now to ask somebody, can I see your identification? Simple as that. When you pull somebody over, the cops have a right to ask them for a driver's license. And so now we're looking at a situation where Barack Obama is going to address this situation by basically giving amnesty to, I don't know how many, there is a number here, how many estimated illegal illegal people are out in this country. I think it's something like 12, 13 million, something like that, what they call undocumented workers. Okay? Well, number one, they are undocumented, but number two, not all of them are workers. They are illegal people inside of this country, and they need to, and here again, I'm not against people coming to this country to live. I'm not against that at all. What I'm against is somebody wanting to do it against the laws, the same laws that you and I have to abide by. For some reason, they don't have to abide by them in a liberal's mind. Liberals are so anti-law anyway. But when they start talking about amnesty, what they plan on doing is giving everybody that is in this country illegally right now, some 13 million people, and just go, poof, you're a citizen. That's what they're going to do. And, oh, by the way, as long as we're making you citizens, we're going to go ahead and register you to vote in this coming November's election. You watch and see if it doesn't happen. But here is something else along with this that I think, now remember, this is a catastrophe and they're going to take advantage of the catastrophe.